as an impact maker, as a leader, yes, the ripple effect, the drive that it gives your communities and your businesses and all the different components outside of you, because it starts with inside of you, but you get to benefit because you deserve to. Feels so good to feel so good.
Hello and welcome to the Business of Happiness podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Tarryn MacCarthy, and oh, guys, today is going to be such an incredible day. I am so honored and excited and humbled, and I'm just shaking, quivering with excitement to bring this beautiful, beautiful human being to you today. She is my mentor. She is my coach. She is phenomenal. She is a quantum success mentor for visionary women leaders like you that are navigating huge paradigm shifts and elevating themselves to the next level so that they can seamlessly generate their next level of impact, of abundance and wealth, and of holistic success. She is incredible. She is a TEDx speaker. She is an author of an incredible book, Worthy Human. She is the CEO and founder of Mind Magic, and she's here to teach us and share with us some of her incredible wisdom. Welcome, please, Tracy Litt.
Hello, I'm so excited.
You are such a miracle, my friend. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you more than you know.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm super excited to be here, and I'm super excited to be with all of you beautiful, beautiful listeners that are in community with Dr. Tarryn. This is going to be juicy. I can feel it.
Oh, it's going to be so good, because one of the things that I have heard over and over again from the incredible men and women who are listening, who are making such incredible impact in this world, literally going out day to day, putting smiles on children's faces on a daily basis, but feeling like there's more. Having this feeling that they can have even greater impact, that they can make a bigger difference in the world than maybe just their little private practice or their small community, but really having this voice inside of them that there's something even bigger for them. And that first person I thought of was you. This is something you embody, something you coach and guide other incredible women to do, how to do it with ease and grace and authenticity and deep passion and love, and not burning yourself to the ground in the meantime. And so I'm just so excited for you to share some of your brilliance and excellence with us here today.
Thank you.
So please tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do for those audience members who don't know yet the incredible miracle that is Tracy Litt.
Thank you. I received that. And before I do that, I want to just make a nod and an acknowledgement of something that you said. There is more, right? You said we show up and we do the things, right? And it's like you got here because you achieved and you went for it and you committed and you were diligent. And now you're reaping the beautiful benefits of that service, right? And I connect to that because I was a VP of HR for 12 years and had that same kind of feeling. There is more. There is impact to be made by anyone who has that tingle, that call, that thing in your belly that's like, I love what I'm doing, and I'm really glad that I'm doing it. And my soul is pulling me. My soul is calling me. And what I love about it and why it's so beautiful, and it is my mission to literally hold you, pull you, love you, give you the path to that more, is because that's how we are going to change our world. That is how we are going to elevate our consciousness and raise the collective frequency and create the generational change and the progress that, like, it's clear our world is screaming for, like begging for. You can see it in all of the different ways our society and culture is experiencing the world right now. And what's so beautiful about that call and answering that call is that's what creates ripple effect. Impact and ripple effect are married. So you start to drive that impact. You start to become that change. You start to service and deliver that change in a more holistic way, which we'll talk about. And now the ripple effect is occurring. So not only are you putting smiles on the faces of the beautiful patients and beings that walk into your practice, but the ripple effect, the energetic ripple effect beyond them into their families, your families, more people that you can serve. It's literally why I wake up every day. So I can loop this into telling you a little bit about me. I answered that call myself when I was sitting as a VP of HR 12 years. I mean, it was great, right? And I'm curious, those of you definitely like write in or let Tarryn know. It felt like I did it. I followed the order of operations. Step 1, step 2, step 3. I did it. Here I am. I'm making really great, high 6-figure salary. My company loves me. I love them. I work from home. I'm good at what I do. I did it. But why do I feel empty still? Why? But it's like one of those like, but the world told me if I do this and I do this and I do this and I do this, happiness. I mean, look at we're on the business of happiness here, right? Like, and it's not that is flawed. It's more that it's incomplete. It's more that we have callings and we have a capacity to start with ourselves to create a ripple effect of change that is palpable. And that's part of massive impact, right? The palpability and the presence of your own energy. And that's what happened for me. I had the call and the pull, and my soul just wouldn't get quiet. I tried to zhuzh it down. On Monday, it would be like, "You should go do something more. You're like a vessel of change, and you're just made for something greater." And on Tuesday, I'd be like, "No, who do you think you are? It's fine. Just go back to work." Right? And on Thursday, I'd be like, "No, here's the call. It's so loud." And on Friday, I'd be like, "You're crazy. It's too much of a risk. Sit down." And that happened for 2 years, by the way. That was like a fear paralyzation. And then I answered the call finally. And in doing so, we are now, changing thousands of lives across the globe, and now have a certification of our work so we can make it exponentially easier and more available for like you're saying, for the beautiful listeners and community. They're like, "Yes, I have this call. What do I do with it?" That's what I'm solving for now. Here's what you do with it. I'm going to coach you and guide you through it. You're going to experience your own incredible transformation first, which, I'd love you to speak to, because you, Tarryn, are a stunningly gorgeous proof of this work, right? And then we show you how to take it into the spaces and places where you are going to be able to fulfill that call.
Beautiful. And that's what's real.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is incredible to be able to see yourself in a light that you've always imagined you could live in, but maybe felt not good enough, not worthy of it.
Yeah, I was the card carrying president of that club,
Yeah.
right? That's why my first book is called Worthy Human, because that when I after it took me the 2 years to take the leap, right? That paralyzation, it was really two things. It was fear and it was unworthiness. Right? So it would always play in my head. And now I teach it and I see it differently, obviously. But at the time, my level of consciousness didn't understand what was happening. And what it sounded like in my head was, "Who do you think you are?
Yep.
You are not smart enough to do this. What if they judge you? What if this is too much of a risk? Do you think you actually matter that much? Are you even enough to step out and lead this way?" Right? And it's like, still makes me emotional in a gorgeous way. And the other thing of what's real is that the answer is yes, you are more than enough. Right? Because what's real at the core is you are safe, you are loved, you belong, you matter, and you are inherently worthy and inherently whole. And to make the ripple effect, you get to heal that first, because there's no service to others without the journey for yourself first. Yeah.
And that's so powerful. That's so powerful because I think, especially in this world, this medical and dental profession, we are living so much in service to others. It's the only way we know how to be that we forget to pay attention to that voice inside of ourselves. We don't give it credit because, as you said, we're actually doing a disservice to our families and our patients and our communities when we're not listening to that voice inside of ourselves.
Absolutely. And for some of you, you can't hear the voice because you're so, and I'm not saying you, it's all of us, it's our culture and society, right? It's exponential for service providers because when you're a service provider, you are coming from a mission of giving, a mission of care of others, right? And that runs deep. So oftentimes we're so busy and so constant that you're like, voice, what voice? I
Mm.
didn't have a voice. I didn't even realize I had a body this whole time, right? And we start to uncover things like that. Or you were raised in an environment where your voice didn't matter. And you would have tinges and you'd speak up, and then someone would go, nope, zhuzh you right back down. And then over time, it just becomes protective. And we arrive somewhere around mid-20s, and we actually start to think this is who I am. Right, like I'm done now. Okay, I'm 25. My brain's developed because that's the scientific guesstimate. Somewhere in our mid 20s, we're done with that. So who I am, and this is just the way I am. So now I'm going to learn how to kind of adapt and live within the boundary of this limitation. Oh, but that is a lie. That's the fun part. What's real, what's scientifically real, what the study of neuroscience, neurology, epigenetics, and so many other avenues of science from the lens of human growth and potential have proven to us is you're not fixed. You never were. We just didn't know. So, what does that mean? That means you're malleable. You're
Mm.
like plastic. Warm it up, morph it around, form it into something different. You can shift the neurotags in your brain. You can change your belief structure, the way you think, your identity, the way you perceive the world, the way you show up, the emotions that you spend the hours of your day feeling. All of it is on the table. Whoa. When I realized that, like in my own growth and all the earlier years of my becoming process, I was in such awe. All I wanted, this is a great visual, all I wanted was to find the tallest building in the world and wear like a bright neon suit and get the loudest megaphone and just scream. Just give me 40 seconds in every household in the globe so I can say, you're not fixed. You can change anything you want because it's so cool.
It is so cool. It's so interesting because as medical healthcare professionals, we know that that's how we heal. That's how we move teeth. That's how we fix bones. That's how we help people recover from trauma. But for some reason, we've not allowed ourselves to imprint that in ourselves
Oof,
as a directional guidance for ourselves, as permission for ourselves. We think we've put ourselves on this track. I've built this treadmill. I'm so proud of the treadmill. It's a beautiful treadmill, but man, I got to run this treadmill for the rest of my life. And when that little voice that's sometimes hard to hear, as you say, says, you're tired of running a treadmill. This treadmill's exhausting. You're not living your life by running this treadmill. We keep putting it down, saying, no, 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 I created the treadmill. I got to run this treadmill. This is who I am. But we forget to implement that same knowledge that we have about the human brain, about the truth of who we are, that we gift our patients. We forget to gift it to ourselves.
Yeah, that was a magnificent moment right there. That just the way you likened that, right? And I have 3 daughters. We've gone through, orthodontia, like, so to really like how malleable, because it is amazing, right? It's amazing.
Oh
When
my
I
gosh.
you
You
was like, whoa.
you cut and sever nerves and we know your body will regenerate. I mean, that's
Right.
how I do what I do. I know that my body's gonna those neurons, those blood vessels will find each other again. That is how we practice medicine and dentistry. And
Yeah.
yet we don't allow that for ourselves in our own brains, in our own understanding of our own reality.
Well, now we will,
Mm.
because that was a moment in time that's going to serve that moment in time is going to become a ripple effect. a massive, massive, massive ripple effect. Because that actually is, so now we're in this consciousness revolution, right? Why is it that so many people are waking up? Why is there more curiosity? There's more progress, there's more advancements, there's more research. The world is waking up. COVID was a contributor to that, right? The different flashlights, if you will, that were illuminating the limitations where we thought our world was so progressive, and it is not, right? And all of these different things start to fall down so that it can make way and rise to elevated paradigms, to new opportunities, so that we can progress our world. So now we're in this consciousness revolution having conversations like this, which is like, how lucky and beautiful and fortunate is that? And in the consciousness revolution, it's an opportunity. And there's a lot of things that I will literally die on the sword over. And I will die on the sword over, if you are a leader, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a coach, you hold an immense divine responsibility right now. You cannot close your eyes and bury your head and avoid and play on your hamster wheel any longer. You have a responsibility to show up in a higher version of yourself, and understanding your dysregulation and regulation of your nervous system, and understanding energetic resonance, and understanding what ripple effect is, and understanding what massive impact really is, because you're a leader. Because you're a leader, right? And it's okay right now too, if you're going, oh my God, I don't know that I ever thought of myself as a leader before. I think that deserves a moment to hold space, because sometimes we don't, right? We think, I'm a professional and XYZ, I'm a dentist, I'm a orthodontist, whatever your profession is at large, you are a leader. So then it starts with self-leadership. And then it starts with, okay, what is my social responsibility? I have influence. I have authority. I have capacity. And now you come in and we start to do the work the way that we've done the work. And it's like, great. You start to create ripple effect. And it's not even like, because I'm sitting and I'm focused on it, I'm working on it. The ripple effect and massive impact starts with the presence and palpability of you.
Yes.
Right? And then it's, it is scientifically proven that the variable that shifts. So if my hand is the variable and the variable is you, and you were operating, let's say you were hamster wheeling and chronic acute stress and, low level energy, and you would pass out at the end of every night, or drink some wine, or have a fight with your spouse, or be frustrated with your team. And then, right, all of these things are coming out of you because you are the cause of the effect and the common denominator. When the variable starts to evolve and grow, and the variable changes, every single thing in proxy to that variable must change in reaction and response to the variable changing. And that becomes massive impact and ripple effect.
And we have evidence of that in our lives, as moms, especially. When mom's having a great day, suddenly everybody around her is having a great day. And if mom's having a shit day, it's like the world falls apart.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly the impact that you're expressing there, is when we take care of ourselves, when we honor that calling, when we honor that voice inside of us that says there's something more, and we give ourselves permission, we actually can have greater impact and be a better leader for our teams, better leader for our patients and our families.
Yeah, and enjoy the benefit of feeling good. Enjoy the benefit of feeling satiated and fulfilled and happy, and joyful and content and at ease and supported. Right? It's like, it's important that we underscore that as an impact maker, as a leader, yes, the ripple effect, the drive that it gives your communities and your businesses and all the different components outside of you, because it starts with inside of you, but you get to benefit because you deserve to. Feels so good to feel so good.
Hey guys, I'm interrupting your podcast episode to let you know about an incredible new program that I'm launching in January of 2023. It is specifically for practitioners in medicine and dentistry to help you rediscover happiness and inner fulfillment within your profession and your life. I remember what it was like for me when years ago I was so depressed and anxious and feeling like I had created and built a treadmill I just couldn't get off of, pushing through every day and wishing my life away. This program is the how of how to find happiness in your practice and in your life. Because we know that when we feel good, that's when we can do good. Check out thebizofhappiness.com/radical happiness or click the link in the show notes. I cannot wait to see you there. That's beautiful. It's so incredible because I remember when I was looking for a way to be coaching in a bigger way, and that's how I came to Tracy's work. And I was coaching, I was leading, but man, I wanted to make a bigger impact and support my community to a greater extent. And I remember that feeling of, am I good? Am I not good enough? Am I good enough? That definitely came up. But another thing that I felt was so alone, so lonely out there. Like I was the only one that felt this way, and no one could see or hear my story. And one of the incredible things in Tracy's world is this sense of incredible community that really has been an enormous support for me in supporting my journey as well. What I'd love for you to do, Tracy, is tell us a little bit about why community matters so much and why that matters to feel like you belong and like you're part of something.
This makes me so beautifully emotional because community is a requirement for your wellness. Okay, make it bigger than for your wellness, your physical, spiritual, emotional, mental wellness. Community is a requirement. And what's so cool about this is it's both because of your spiritual, energetic being and your humanness, right? So, in the core of our work, the foundational truth upon which everything is built, taught, learned, experienced, and practiced is we are a spiritual, energetic being having a human experience. I'm going to say that again because it needs to be said again. So, when you're listening, just open your body for a minute. You are a spiritual, energetic being having a human experience. When you learn and understand what that means and how to embody and leverage the components of that truth, watch out. I should say that. But tying it back to communities, when we consider our humanness, it's part of our primal nature. Let's take a nod to our caveman days here, right? We need community to survive. It is part of what is in us cellularly. It is primal. It is tribal. Without community, we were left outside of our caves to die, right? So there is a deep longing. You know, if you read anything like the 5 Regrets of the Dying or any book about kind of end of life, the core answer always, connection, 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 connection. What is connection? Connection is community. What is community? Your ability to be seen and heard and loved. What does that require of you? The willingness to be seen and heard and loved, which in and of itself holds a whole host of real vulnerability that we haven't been so good at, because also what lives in our humanness is the third dimensional consciousness of lack and separation. I am separate from them, I am separate from her, I am separate from him, I am alone. And that separation starts to drive the isolation and the way we think. To your point, maybe it's only me. Who am I? I'm so alone. Nobody else is going through this. Am I the only orthodontist that is feeling this way? Things of that nature. None of that is real. That's just what lives in our humanness. So that kind of speaks to community through that lens. It's primal, it's tribal. We need it, we deserve it. And our humanness has also pushed us away from it in this weird way. Then when you consider our spiritual energetic being, we are derived from oneness, right? When we really talk about energy and, the Big Bang Theory and how that created the universe and the speed of light, if we go up above that and we go to that point of singularity, the void, the all of the all, the pure love, the pure consciousness, that's oneness. We're all from that. Doesn't matter your race, your color, your size, your creed, your gender, whether your parents are divorced or married or rich or poor, irrelevant. Oneness. It's so beautiful.
Mm.
We are already in community. We just have to let ourselves be. And that's what makes community so essential and so powerful.
So powerful. So powerful. So good. Oh my gosh.
Right? It's just but it's just the truth. That's what makes it feel so good. That's why we get to this moment like this. And I hope, listener God, I hope you are feeling us, because this is what it's about. This is why I get up every day. This is why we serve. This is why we teach the work that we teach. This is why we run the certification the way we run it, so that more of us can be in touch with this and bring it to the world and have the conversations in all the spaces and places, to all the demographics, all the audiences, all the professions. And that then goes back to the beginning of our conversation, like that's ripple effect.
Yeah.
We deserve a more compassionate, more conscious, more loving society.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so amazing. I am so grateful to bring your story at this moment to my community, because I know that you are just about to launch another certification cohort in this incredible work. And so my audience, you're so lucky. I'm so grateful to have this moment to share this with you, because I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about this certification program and what that could mean for my listeners.
Oh, yes. Thank you. And thank you for giving me the space to do it.
Yes.
So we open certification cohorts once a year. So we are in a very gorgeous sweet spot. So that also tells me, if you're listening to this right now, oh yes, the universe makes no mistakes, and you are here and you are listening, and you're like having this body call. So I want you to keep being in your body about it, and don't be in your head about it. So our certification is the Certified Master Mind Magic Practitioner certification, which means, is it a coaching certification? Yeah. Is it a practitioner certification? Yeah. Is it a certification that's going to make you trauma informed and aware? Yeah. Is it a certification in energetics? Yeah. Because what I have landed on, which is literally the curriculum under which I have become who I've become at every iteration, all the way back from single mother on food stamps to CEO and founder of a multi-million-dollar growth and ascension company. There was probably like 23 iterations in
Yes.
that story. We could do another call about that. But the Mind Magic curriculum is literally every ounce of work I've done and ever do on myself to continue to evolve, because our actual purpose as spiritual beings having a human experience is to do the work of ourselves, right? To heal and to grow and to ascend. And in doing that, everything we perceive as problematic or issues externally naturally start to dissipate, because you change. So the certification is a combination of consciousness, healing, energetics, and neuroscience, all brought together into a magnificent framework. And a couple massive differentiators of our certification, because I'm also certified as a coach through IPEC. I love it. I'm a huge fan. And when I graduated, I still went, that was awesome. What do I do now? How do I build a curriculum? How do I feel confident knowing that I can bring you on as a client and promise you the outcome of what you came to me for? That is still missing in traditional coaching schools. And I'm a fan of them, so I'm not knocking it. This is one of the differentiators of our certification, is that number one, the first phase is you coming through Mind Magic and transforming yourself. And that's big.
Yeah.
Because transform people. And if you want to really play the massive impact game, it's going to come through the confidence and conviction that you can only have because you had your own identity evolution, because you became the proof. Now you're just like a walking billboard for what's possible.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the first phase. The second phase of our first certification is immersion, which, can we just give a shout out? for
That's
how it
amazing.
goes.
Oh my gosh. One of the best weeks of my life. I mean, really, it was so amazing.
It's
Yeah.
so amazing. I need to touch you. Clearly I'm a humanist. I love you. I love people, and it can't just be virtual. We need to be in the room so that we can process and role play, and you can get deeper with your community and your colleagues that are going through this. And then we have incredible master classes in phase 3. And then obviously the certification itself, how you sit and do live teach backs and the exam and all of that. But in addition to your own transformation, another big differentiator is when I developed the certification, it was under the download from my higher self. If you're here to do what you say you're here to do, which is make a massive impact in world domination, it can't just be you. You need a consciousness army, right? You need to make it easy for as many beings that are here with this call in the world to just go deliver, so that I can solve for my frustration after coaching school, which is what do I do? So when you're done being certified, I give you all of my assets. Everything that I've developed, everything that I have already perfected, everything that I have proven, we're giving you the entire 12-week program. We're giving you 4 completely done for you workshops. We're giving you every material, slide deck, workbook, asset, so that if you get certified on a Tuesday, you can literally go serve it on a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a contribution to this world that I am so proud of.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful. And also all the support beyond it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't just end there, which is
No,
really cool. Really, really cool.
you are in it with us for life.
I true, true. So who is this program for? So if someone's listening and they're thinking, I don't know, maybe it's for me. Do you have to be a coach, a
No,
certified coach?
no, you do not. No, you do not. And that's what's so beautiful about it. When we have a mix. So coaches, because whether you're certified or you're not, because coaching is not a regulated industry. So there are many coaches out there that are phenomenal coaches, right? They're just not certified. So whether you're a coach that is or isn't certified, business leaders,
Mm-hmm.
right, like you, like everyone who's listening, because you have a call. Who this is for those of you who know your soul is calling for more.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's calling for more out of you and your own transformation, like I said, which is paramount. I wouldn't let anyone come through a certification that hasn't experienced a transformation for themselves, because to me, that's short-sighted and irresponsible, right? So it is for professionals and leaders and coaches and healers and anyone who is a service provider that has a call to take themselves deeper and higher, and to be able to do the same for either their current community and patient population and or extended, because the transformation that occurs, right? I'd love you to speak to this because you are proof of that. The transformation that occurs, all of a sudden you see with new eyes, and your ability to expand what you perceive as possible for you changes exponentially. The way you are right now listening to this conversation, you're not even going to recognize yourself 6 months from now, which is how
No.
the program is.
Absolutely. And I think there's so much potential for taking this work into new directions. So, one of the things, Tracy, that I don't even know if I've told you this, but one way in which I use the work is with my orthognathic patients. Orthognathic patients are patients who've had facial surgery in conjunction with orthodontics. And in terms of their healing, I use the work that we learned in the program to help them heal better, faster. I mean, it's pretty incredible how deeply this these concepts can go in terms of how the ripple effect that you're talking about. It can have ripple effects in directions we didn't even think of yet. But once you know and understand the work, you can use it in so many different ways, maybe even with your current patient population or with your team. I mean, I know as a business owner, I was always looking for ways to empower my team. And now I have those tools and a framework within which to be able to support them with that.
1,000%. And it
Yeah.
is endless. It is endless. And it's like, if you think about it, it will start right away, the most immediate. You'll just be starting to do the work, and you'll start to notice in your team, you'll notice how you respond, you notice you're more regulated, you notice they're more joyful, right? And then you continue to expand it out, your community, your area. It is It is a limitless potential.
Yeah, really cool. Really cool. Which is also so damn exciting. Okay, so for anybody who's listening, I know there's some people listening right now who are thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so intrigued. I'm so fascinated. This is definitely speaking to that little voice inside of me, but I wish I knew a little bit more. You have coming up on February 13th at 1 p.m. a massive impact masterclass. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I developed the masterclass to speak to this exact thing that you're describing, right? So, and we'll talk about kind of the certification window. But the Massive Impact Masterclass is so we can spend 90 delicious, connective minutes together. And I can go over and really explain what is massive impact and what does it take, and kind of uncover some of the truths and some of the principles so that we can be in energy together, right? And you can be exposed to the work a little bit more. And the more you're exposed to it, the more we're hanging. And it's live on Zoom, so it's not a one way, it's two way, and we do Q&A at the end, and it's really potent and rich. And then you can say, wow, okay, now my body's like, hell yes, hell yes, hell yes, right? So that's what we created that for, so that we can kind of deepen this and give you the chance to discern if this feels in alignment for you or not. That's on the 13th. The application window to apply for certification runs from now all the way till February 24th at midnight. And what's great about that too, and Tarryn will share both links for you in the show notes, is the application is a nod to you saying, I'm interested. It's not you saying I'm committed. It's not us saying we're committed, right? That's why we have an application process. The application is just you going, I'm going to open the door and let's explore. And then you get on the phone and you have a fabulous conversation, interview style conversation with either Amy or Amanda, who are both head coaches in our certification program. And then together you really align to, is this for me? Right? And then at that point, you will be extended the invitation, or, and we can have that conversation, which I love too, because having the space to feel your way through and ask all your questions is really important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. So we'll definitely put the link to the Massive Impact Masterclass and also to certification, finding out more about certification, in the show notes. Just for those of my audience members who are driving right now and not access, how can they find you just to discover more?
Yes. So it's the massiveimpactmasterclass.com.
Easy.
It's easy as possible. massiveimpactmasterclass.com. You'll go right there. It's free. You put your email in, boom, you're there. And we're going to send a replay out immediately after. So if you're not available, no biggie. You will get to digest it all at your own pace. And the certification link is mindmagiccertification.com.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, easy.
Oh my gosh, Tracy, thank you. Thank you for the incredible work you're doing in this world. And thank you for giving an opportunity for so many women who really feel that desire that there's more for them beyond what they're already, the incredible work that they're already doing. And thank you for being a guide for those incredible women to make the impact they know is inside of them.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I receive that. I receive that. We all have it in us. We are all worthy. We are all whole. We all matter. And we all hold a responsibility to make an impact. And it starts with each of us.
So cool. Before we leave today, I would just love you to answer for me today again, because this is such an important question and it evolves with us as we evolve. What is your definition of happiness?
Presence and ease. Presence and ease. Just like washes over me. It just completely, it's joy to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's everything. That's everything. And I do just have to interject here, because I know Tracy and I love Tracy and I know her so well. When she says presence and ease, she means it. It is what she embodies, and it is how she creates massive impact. It is not without presence and ease. It's not like you get to put that to the side and hustle, hustle, hustle to make massive impact. It's how you make massive impact.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Can you imagine a world where everybody's prioritizing those elevated emotions?
So cool.
It's the goal.
I'm honored to know you. I am honored to love you. I am so grateful. I cannot wait to see which of my beautiful listeners, let me know if you
Yes.
are going to be going to the Massive Impact Masterclass. Reach out to me. I am so excited to share with you my experience. And thank you to every single one of you for being here, for being open, for listening to that voice inside of you, that magical voice. And until next time, please remember, when you feel good, that is when you can do good. Bye-bye.